What is going on, YouTube? This is John from Emphatic coming to you with the latest war recap. Emphatic Fury beating CZ exKnights 84 to 83, and this was an insane war. This, I believe, cements the spot for Fury in the Premier playoffs. So, good game to you guys. Uh, let's just take a quick look here, and sorry to throw a little bit of shade here, but Lazy Assassin, take a look at that first hit. 47% no start. Nothing went right on that raid. Really, it was a little bit of a raid that was out of his element with his an attack that he uses. But then take a look at this. We're going into the final 2 minutes of the raid of the war. Tied 82-82. Both sides have an 11 left. We have a 10 left. The 10 goes. 10's not going to get the attack done. So instead of having to run a bitch attack on this, we have to run a Lalo. And Sigurd and Lazy were on voice together, and they cooked up this gem in 5 minutes. Really shows how easy these bases are to triple, but honestly, you got to admire the balls of the plan of Sig, the balls of Lazy. Those two did awesome teamwork to pull this off. And here you go, you see the King and Queen working on a corner here. They're going to get an air defense, wizard tower, cannon, create a nice little path here for the Lalo to come in from, I want to say 10 o'clock. And this was seriously, I think he pushed the go button, 45 seconds left in the war. So there she goes, she pops up, gets the Tesla too. Does not get the Archer Tower, but there we go. We drop in 2 Hounds coming into the first air defense. A ton of Loons on the Archer Tower there. They hit a Sam, but we get a haste down. They all pop up, get the Inferno. Rage down on the Inferno. We get the Skeletons down on the Queen, pop the Tome, and the Balloons are going to rush into the Eagle, take that right out. And nice little split here to go and get the outside defenses and then come firing right back into the other air defense. And then you take a look here, only one, or they got 2 wizard towers to go, but we got a nice split going on and a heal spell down. No Infernos messing with the heal. This raid is good to go. So this was absolutely clutch, ballsy attack. You know, the 2-star wouldn't have saved us because actually you'll see why in a minute. But there you go. Everybody's coming up, cleaning up on that final expo that has 0 shot. We leave this pump up here, so it got it still had like 35 seconds by the time everybody was approaching this, so there's no way this raid was going to fail. I think he got it with like 20 seconds to spare. We get the clutch triple on a base that was only 1-starred. You know, this raid won the war, so great job, Lazy, going from 0 to hero on this. And really, we needed it. We needed the star victory because even though you see that we got 100% on a Town Hall 11, we still lost percentage by 50%, or by half of a percent. So without that raid, we lose the war. Nice job, man. And really, this war came down to like Elite almost falling victim to the dip fails. There you see we got a second one up top. Really unfortunate. Really, it was just a simple mistake. What it was a Queen was frozen. We dropped skeleton spells on her. Of course, without her aggroing the skeletons under rage, they decided they're going to go attack the Inferno, and maybe some will get on her. But the Queen didn't go down. Queen defended the raid. So, you know, it's just something that you would pick up from some practice. And I know that these guys are going to put in the time. We're talking to them now. So let's go see what else we got here. We have Tim the Titan with a, oh, dip. Sorry, Tim. Eliana with a triple here. 10v10 triple. I think they go down to 14 on these. With the miners. So we pop a skeleton down, hit the Tesla. That allows the bowlers to start working on that Tesla. So nice little building a funnel there. We get Queen down. And I believe we're going to send in wall breakers right where they got that or popped that Tesla. You see the wizard took down that gold mine. There's nothing preventing this type of funnel being created, so it's a real flaw in the base design. We drop the rest of the skeletons down because there's a giant that's tanking, or not the skeletons, but the wall breakers. They brought some insurance wall breakers too. I don't know if they intended for another wall to break or not, but always safe to have some extras. And Giant popped a outside bomb too, so that's what you get from a good scout on this is ideas of how to get them in. And the queen's never going to get to this inferno. In fact, she may. Oh, she's pathing away from the beams. So if she gets in the beams, it might be for only a minute. Takes out the bomb tower, takes out an air defense, gets on queen, gets a poison and a rage spell down for the clan castle. He must have already taken out the clan castle. I wasn't paying too much attention to this. Sorry, I'm still a tad bit pumped because this war was great. There we go. So we send in the miner, which draws the Tesla. That allows us to anchor the max miners onto the Tesla. The rest of the miners going straight to the Inferno. And they're going to drop that Inferno relatively quickly. Heal spell's already down for them. And since when they pop down, the Expos are retargeting, so as long as the miners take down a defense fast enough, they're not in danger of just sitting there eating up damage because something's still targeting them despite them being underground. So it's really one of the cool little mechanic changes, which I wish they would have done in the first place instead of nerfing their speed a lot. But you see here, there's still a use for them. You just really got to funnel them well. You see the King's working on all the outside trash, so the miners stay inside. They take everything down relatively quickly. Now, unfortunately, some miners split off and they hit a giant bomb here. Heal is done, and so are those miners. But fortunately, we got a big cluster of them right here. I can't tell how many there are. It looks like there's 5 or 6, but we had another batch that was down here that comes in to flank this archer tower, which was already tanking on the queen. And at this point, the miners get off the queen. Or the healers get off the queen. They're gonna go help the miners, but there's no help needed. So that was a sexy raid. We got 2 really sexy raids. I don't know how they're gonna decide a raid of the week out of this. We better be all over Bisectatron's recap. And then I think 14 was the other one that went down. It's under Mega Pedro. And this one's a hog raid. Alright, so we get a baby dragon down. Giant and a hog swap on a cannon. That's cool. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of our 11s into gear too, so I'm not had my attention sidetracked. I saw his tagged on Discord because I got to try to find out what 9s they wanted to show. I know they were talking about them. But there you go. Beautiful funnel built. Queen just on a suicide mission, creating a funnel. We have a wizard come down, take out the air defense. Still one bowler size he's going to walk. And he's going to walk right into cannon range. So we get a rage and jump down. Everybody's in. They're throwing rocks at anybody who's deciding to fight them. And they're actually going to work their way. A couple of Valks work their way over the Inferno and get a couple swings off on it. Barb King pops his ability, and the Barbs thankfully all decide to go to get the Inferno instead of leaving it. Because the King decided he wanted to break through the wall to go do something. I don't know what. But we get the Hogs in. I think he wanted that 9 o'clock Tesla to go down, but it did not. So it sort of delayed his Hogs a little bit. Sends in the CC Hogs from the side. And really, now that the base is, since Lalo is not as overpowering, it gets a little bit weird with the loon pathing. People are taking advantage of these bases being so open for Hogs. So it's opening up that second opportunity for a different style of attack to be used on a base. And it does help that the Hogs did get that HP buff not too long ago. And then the fact that we can also have a CC full of max Hogs, the level 7 Hogs, that also helps out quite a lot too. And you see that those level 7 Hogs did some work for Pedro. So great hit, man. Awesome to get the 2 10v10s. It really helped out with the dip fails. Alright. So I am seeing 18 and 15 as 2 numbers. I'm going to tell them to give me 2 more. Alright, we got some wizards popping in, creating a wide funnel. Wall breaker coming in for a long run there. Suns and the rest of them, they of course decide they're going to split because, wall breakers. I've come to realize you can't really tap the screen if you're only wall breaking in one spot. You should just hold your finger down. They shouldn't stray like that because we saw it in a couple of raids. I think it happened in Elite where the wall breakers split on a magma wall for a Town Hall 10 hit and just failed the wall break. Even though all four of them were untouched getting to the wall, it's just the spread was too wide. Two pairs that were hitting, which is a brutal way to fail a wall break. Get a pair of hogs sneaking in on the air defense, but the Expo turns on them. Another pair of hogs on the Archer Tower. Bowler coming up and throwing rocks right in the Expo's face. Couple more hogs on the outside, and we have King and Queen working in the core. The hogs are working their way through, just slightly peppering them in. Trying to take advantage of as much tanking as possible. Although they're not all really tanked. So we got two Teslas still standing, plus a skeleton spell. So Queen's going to have to go through. She's still got her ability, so those Teslas are toast. I don't know where the hog went. Maybe send him on the Tesla hoping to get it. Alright, base 15 was done. Let's go to base 18. Sinus, what a name. We all know how bad my sinuses have made my recaps. Fortunately, I think I'm almost 100% healed. It's been months since I've had those infections. But I seem to be doing a lot better because I've done 2 recaps. I don't think I've coughed much at all. But to be fair, my first recap was at frickin' 9 o'clock or so. Whoops, I swore in a recap for once. Oh well, if Snip does it, I can too. Man, they're talking about Onhive 2.0. Raw forward to those guys. 114 stars they got. And they lose to 116 stars. You can't. Oh my god, that's just brutal. Of course, we're pretty tight with the Onhive 2.0 fam too. Share a server with them and everything. Have a little arrangement set up for some friendly challenges. I think they just ran a 9v9 tournament between the two clans. Not teamwork, but as individual nines, how they go. I think they're still working through the brackets, so that's some of the cool stuff that they can do, or that they're doing. And from what I'm told, they FC like insanely, so eventually it's going to start paying off. Unfortunately, it won't be for this season, but I don't even know who they played. Could log in a war match real quick. I'm talking about 2.0 in a emphatic recap. Robos is lucky, I love him. Leagues. We're getting a nice little push there out of that kill squad. I don't think he's even lost a bowler yet. He's about to, though. Actually, Queen's down, so the healers are in. But they're just pushing on through. That sweeper's causing a lot of trouble. So he's going to run out of balloons here. But all the kill squad's getting healed up. In fact, the Expo should start focusing on those golemites. Yeah, there we go. I think I saw this one live. One of the few. Alright. So what was the matches? Today was, what, the first? No, it was not the first. That was close enough to the first. Do we have any Furies pop up with a couple suggestions? They did not, so let's just go find one more fresh base. Happy Sticks, I think, is a low 10 now. J Rios with the fresh. We just saw J Rios. Evil Day. You know what? I heard a lot of good stuff about TC was good, but an adventure. Which one did TC get? Okay, that's 15 that we just talked about. So 15, 18, 24. Braden in with the save. Got stuff I gotta look at too in a moment. Trying to set up a friendly as well, because I want to try to get some tens working. All right. What are we doing here? We have a queen walk in. This will be the last one I recap too, because the Discord is sneaking in. That's another thing I think we're gonna be recruiting as a YouTube guy, because it's hard. It's a lot harder than a lot of people think doing the YouTube, but then you throw on leadership and CWL and all that stuff on top of it. It just gets tough. So I think I definitely need to have somebody taking this over. Um, that witch is outside the poison, so that's not ideal. And those new mechanics kind of really make it crazy. In fact, the skeletons are up before she can even get onto the witch. So there we go. They get on her. Gets a whole bunch more skeletons. Insane what they do now. I don't exactly hate the changes though. I mean, sure it sucks if you're Town Hall 9 and keep getting witch slap, but which has been so bad for so long. Now they're pretty solid. They're not a bad choice to have anywhere. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to log off after this one. Um, but yeah, it's a nice little hog raid from what I saw of it. Great little bunch up. So this was a pretty exciting war. Just the end of the war was insane. So great war to exKnights. You guys definitely deserve to win too. So tough Town Hall 11 bases for our 10s. But it was great seeing the 11v11 step up. That was awesome. So you can't really ask for much better than that, and we're looking forward to the playoffs. Not sure where these guys are at on the on there too, but yeah, maybe we'll meet again very soon. Who knows? That's all I got for today, guys. Thanks.